Hi there, welcome back to our channel. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Aid.
We finished off our road trip videos last week. It was a road trip. We started in Tennessee and then we went through Georgia and we also visited Alabama and we ended up in Florida. If you didn't see that whole series, I'll link up below. And if you did, I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'd love to know actually, which was your favourite part from the whole trip series? What was your favourite part?
Oh, I think probably Chattanooga was my favourite.
Absolutely loved Chattanooga. We felt so relaxed there. The views from our cabin.
Yep, I think the relax out of the whole trip, that was the one.
And spending time with my dad. That was really special. I would happily, that whole road trip, actually that first week, I would redo over again. So we thought today we would actually run through the highs and lows of the trip, anything that if we could change, what we would do differently, and if anything particularly went badly or goodly. Well, for any particular reason, if we could change anything or that kind of thing, we just thought we'd run through with you, and it may help you with any of your future trips. So we're going to jump straight in, and I've got my list here. We're going to start. Let's start with a high. It's not actually on our list, but
you can't go off script for this.
I am. It is the whole travel from the moment we left home to the moment we arrived in Atlanta. It was so easy. We booked a taxi for the first time from our house because we're only, less than half an hour from Heathrow. So we booked a taxi because we were leaving from Heathrow but arriving in Gatwick. So we booked a taxi. Yep. He dropped us off outside the terminal. We were travelling premium. There was no one at the desk. We went straight through security. We were already booked with the number 1 lounge. We get that through Aid's bank account, so it's not something we pay for. We sat there drinking Prosecco. We had breakfast. Straight to the gate. There was a huge queue outside the gate.
Yeah, and I hot-footed it to the premium.
I didn't even notice there was a separate premium
and first class. And
so we went straight on board, bypassing the whole queue, and we were given Prosecco before we'd even sat in our seats. Seriously?
They have actually renamed it premium now. I don't know if people have actually known. Washing machine's going in there. You have to turn that. You do that.
This one.
Yeah, they've renamed it premium. Now, it used to be premium economy. If you may have noticed, they now actually just call it premium.
And then arriving in Atlanta, because we were first off the flight, there was no one in immigration. We went straight through. Our bags were there as we went through.
That was some of the first off, weren't they? Yeah.
And then we were really quite nervous actually of having to pick up. We had a lot of luggage. It was like 6 pieces and wheelie bags as well. 6 large
cases and probably 6 pieces of hand luggage.
And we knew we had to get a bus to the car rental. It was there when we got out of the building. We were straight there, and the Alamo staff were the friendliest of staffs. Oh, it was amazing. And we got our car.
There was a party going on, wasn't there? It seemed like, it seemed that kind of happy.
Yeah, all the staff were just like best friends, and it was so nice. We got an upgrade. That was brilliant. But I'm going to start now with the first low of the trip. The minute we got outside the airport, a storm started. Literally, we drove out, it was lovely. Within seconds, it became really overcast and the rain started. And we had a really bad storm going through Atlanta. Peak time on a Friday tea time.
It was slow.
But it was scary. There was thunder, there was lightning, you know, when you can't even see. And we had actually planned to stop off at... My mind's just gone blank.
From the name of the bridge.
No, the birthplace of...
Martin
Luther King. Yeah, we were going to stop off at his birthplace, but it was pointless getting out.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Yeah, and there's a particular bridge at the start in the first series of Walking Dead. We wanted to photograph that. We couldn't even see it. It was that foggy and rainy. It was just awful. But we had a 2-hour drive to... Actually, it took us a lot longer than 2 hours. More like 4 hours in the end. It was a really bad drive. And then the mega low was arriving at the cabin. And if you haven't seen that clip, I will link that up for you. Arriving at the cabin to the most awful driveway. I won't go into great detail now because it would take too long. It was steep, it was dark, it was raining, it was horrible, and it was almost like a sheer drop on the mountainside.
It was one of those kind of things that you see in a horror movie where you think something's going to really go wrong.
It was bad. And I think because we'd just travelled like that, we were all tired.
It worked out okay though.
Yeah,
but
we laughed about it
took our
eventually.
time, and then it was all okay.
Yeah, and there was nothing we could have done to prevent any of that. I read through all the reviews. No one in the reviews mentioned the driveway, and it didn't look like that bad on Google Maps.
No. Is that done with that one?
Yeah, that's that one. Then a high was the actual cabin itself. We ended up loving it there. It was so lovely, so peaceful.
It was just the perfect accommodation. Decking on 2 levels, which was really nice. It was decking on 2 levels, and where your dad's...
Yeah.
Did he have a deck coming out of that area as well?
Yeah, the 2 levels.
Yeah, it was really quiet, and that was just nice. It was just lovely. Idyllic. It was actually not necessarily a downside, but it's that thing when we arrived, it was dark, it was gone 9 o'clock, somewhere that we're unfamiliar with. I mean, everything was secure. They'd put lights on in the house before we'd arrived.
Yeah, the lights and TV was on.
So, but then it was going round and seeing how many doors there were to the house as well. So it was
Louis
again
said he went to bed
thing.
feeling he'd never been so scared in his life. I want to mention actually one of the other highs, because we rented a house in Savannah as well, and that house was amazing too. So beautiful, the most amazing location. And I would say that in our experience so far, booking through Home Away, we've used those rather than Airbnb. Amazing experience. The people that we've rented from have been so friendly. The houses have been really well equipped, and it worked out a really good price in comparison to hotels as well, but we all had our own space. Both places worked out at just over $200 a night, which I think is amazing considering you've got a whole property. I mean, that cabin in Chattanooga was ginormous, and both places were in really good locations, so they were definitely high. The other high was visiting Mentone in Alabama. We loved that trip. It was only about 40 minutes away from us. The actual town was so lovely, and for me, the place that we had lunch at, the Wildflower Cafe, was my favourite meal of the whole trip.
Burger there was lovely.
Really, it was really home cooked. The staff were really friendly.
What did you have as your main meal?
The tomato pie, cheese and tomato pie. It was so lovely with the salad, and we had what was the pie?
Wasn't pecan.
It was something I can't remember.
It was like a treacle.
It was amazing.
It was
whatever it was.
either pecan and treacle. There was something. I can't remember what it was called. It had a name.
Yeah.
We will try and remember what that is and
it was so
mention
good.
that. Yeah.
But that comes down from good planning, and
Definitely.
I have to say that a lot of the highs are down to good planning. We knew a lot of the times where we were going to eat. I'd researched them. This particular place I'd found on a vlog, and then I looked at it, read reviews. So most of our places that we've had good experiences from have been down to good planning. So I really, really recommend you do your research first.
Lovely.
Right.
Yes.
The next high, I'm going to watch you smile when I say this. Don't look.
I see it already.
Sinai.
Yeah, definitely.
We decided we wanted to move to Sinai. It's
yes.
our favourite place we've ever been to in the whole wide world. It's in Georgia. It's like about 40 minutes outside of Atlanta. And
actually about 40 minutes from the airport, I think.
Yeah,
so.
It's where they filmed The Walking Dead. We're big Walking Dead fans anyway, but even if we weren't, I would have loved this place. It was just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I would say, as much as we love Chattanooga, it was very mountainous. The roads were quite high going. Sonoy was just, I don't know, there's just something there that really
every house
almost all the boxes
is unique. The tiny little main street, just very American, old American. It was all boutiques, little indie coffee shops, cafes. It was just
those
so
of you
lovely.
have seen Walking Dead season 2. The governor,
Woodbury.
Yes.
Yeah, but you've also got Terminus there, or areas where they did that. Alexandria's
which
there.
Actually people's houses were
They were actually filming, weren't they? Or they'd been filming the day before. They weren't
Yep.
filming on our day, and we did a little walking tour around it. And the meal that we had there, again, down to good planning. We ate at Nick and Norm's, and that was one of your favourite meals of the trip. I think Louis said the same, actually, didn't he?
Yeah,
but we all loved it there.
I had a burger that was absolutely lovely. The fries were nice. It was just when something just is right.
Again,
service was good. Nick and Norm's.
Planning.
Yes, that's Greg Nicotero and Norman Reedus is a restaurant there.
I'm moving
Definitely
on to Savannah now. That was our next stop. We drove from Sonoy to Savannah, and everything about that trip was a high. The house was amazing. Breakfast the first morning, again.
Oh, the waffles.
Good planning by me. The waffles.
Yeah, okay, well done.
We
get the message.
I'm a good planner.
Yeah, I know you are.
We loved Savannah, didn't we?
Savannah was lovely as well.
Yeah, really, really good. We loved that trip.
Is there much more to say about Savannah? I mean, we just had a short amount of time there, really, wasn't it? We had one whole day.
Everything was perfect. We weren't so keen. We ate in the Little Duck Diner.
Oh yeah,
which had really good reviews. But we all felt, well, Holly really enjoyed hers. She had a salmon toasty. But I had mac and cheese and fries, and they were like floppy fries.
It could be just
the mac and cheese was a bit plastic,
anywhere.
No flavour. Yeah, it was cute.
Didn't feel, it looked nice from outside, inside, but it just didn't actually, the food I don't think was up to par with what I expected.
Yeah. Now I've got a really big high, and I'm going to see if I can find the clip to insert as I say this. Driving over the Florida state line. We were so excited just to see the Florida welcomes you sign, or welcome to Florida. And then we had Google Maps on our phone at the time, and it said something like, welcome to Florida. Welcome to Florida. It was just perfect.
I think stopping at the welcome stop as well in Florida.
Yay.
When we arrived there. And it was things like having the freshly squeezed, wasn't it?
Orange juice,
I think it was orange juice and also grapefruit juice. It was just so nice in the welcome centre.
Loved it.
Just sort of freebies that they were sort of handing out. And yeah, that was just...
I think we were so excited to be in Florida.
It was just really nice.
Perfect. Now we've got our big low of the trip, and I know I've harped on about this enough to those of you that have been following me. When we arrived at the Grove, we'd visited the Grove Resort during our previous stay because we were unhappy with where we were staying, and we loved it. It was so perfect. We'd got a 3-bed condo in a brand new resort, and the kids had a double room each, and they had their own bathroom each, and it was just beautiful. But we arrived and we'd paid extra to stay. We're in a room looking out over the swimming pools and the lake, and we were also supposed to see all the Disney fireworks.
The fireworks too, yeah.
And we'd paid extra for that, and we got there and the guy at the desk was really unhelpful, and we didn't have that view, and he tried to fob us off. I'm not going to go into great detail now.
He even said that none of the rooms are fireworks views.
He was just really, and then because we were unhappy, and then
we had actually already seen the room the last year, and we knew it was facing the fireworks because we'd seen it.
And,
so anyway.
But then the kids got upset with us because we were complaining, and it was just, you know, when you're really excited, and we arrived.
We had a lot of money.
So we had an upset with the kids as well, and we were just, we'd been on such a high the whole week, and then we arrived there, and it was just a massive come down, wasn't it? And it took a few days and lots of sorting out. I had the paperwork, thankfully, which actually said where we were supposed to be.
It said fireworks view.
But we had to wait 4 days to be changed, so we didn't properly unpack.
Yep.
And then
that really bothered me.
It did. We just felt unsettled, and then when we did finally get to the right place, they didn't actually have the room. We were back in the resort early, and then they didn't have the room. Was it like 5 or 6 o'clock? They had it ready for us.
So it was almost another half day
and
wasted,
we'd spent the time obviously packing everything up, because we'd obviously filled the fridge. We'd obviously been using the bathroom, so we had all the shower stuff and everything like that. So then we had to move over, so we wasted another half a day. But we were really happy finally.
Yeah.
Another big high, we had a very last minute booking at the Royal Pacific Resort. We'd decided not to go to Universal last year. It's become very, very expensive. And it was watching Ant and Dec on the Saturday night takeaway, the final one when they're in Universal. Do you watch that too? Let me know. And it was seeing them at Universal, and I just thought, I can't not stay. I really can't. And I actually went and booked it that night. We had one night at the Royal Pacific, so 2 full days.
Did you forget the tickets again?
I did, yeah. No, not that time. No, it was the time before.
Are you sure?
And the time before that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not that time. And it was just so lovely. And the funny thing was, we woke up the morning that we were supposed to be going. It was pouring with rain to the point that we didn't even get up and leave. We just thought, oh, we may as well stay here and see what happens. I think the rain was due to just continue. In the end, we got ourselves sorted and left about 7:30 in the morning, didn't we? And we had blue skies the whole time we were there. It was so lovely. We were really lucky. But that, we've decided, all 4 of us, our favourite place in the whole of Orlando is in the Royal Pacific Resort. Just that whole space, the walkway to Islands of Adventure, wandering to Sapphire Falls.
Yeah, there's one thing that, I think we've all said, I think Holly's definitely said, I'm not sure Louis has as well.
That's a really good point, actually.
But we actually miss, after you've parked up in the car park.
Oh, I thought you were saying something else.
Car park, and actually going on the travelators, the
into
City Walk, going in that way is something that we do miss. But I would say that coming in from the hotel is a lovely walk in. In actual fact, I prefer it.
But
it's easy to go in and out, isn't it?
Something Holly also said, actually, she feels like she's on holiday when she's at the Royal Pacific. And I do. I have a completely different feeling there to anywhere else. I have a holiday feeling. I think Disney, you're busy. And although you try and relax around the pool, there's just so much going on everywhere. Whereas at Universal, you've literally got the 2 parks. And that's it. And you're just staying in a lovely hotel. You've got those lovely walkways. It's easy. Everything's on foot. I feel really relaxed there. We've actually booked 5 nights there next year, and we are all so excited.
In the Jurassic Park suite.
In the Jurassic Park suite again. We loved it there. That was the year before.
Might be Jurassic World now.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link up below from the video when we arrived at the Jurassic Park suite in 2017. Oh, you've got your t-shirt on. We're a Jurassic Park family. Louis has always been obsessed by dinosaurs.
It's not always Disney.
No. So go and take a look. This is a high and a low, the whole DVC thing. It was a high, obviously we joined DVC, which we hadn't planned, but it was also a low because we were really torn. We were really excited by the first time we spoke to somebody in Animal Kingdom about it, but then we had to really make our minds up, and we went for the meeting, and I particularly was in 2 minds about it. It's a big decision to make. It's a lot of money to spend.
We were both in 2 minds, weren't we?
You were more for it than I were. You were thinking more long term. I'm thinking immediate, with having, you know, the payments and all that kind of thing.
I'll also say another thing which was swaying me more was because the fact our last trip we did Beach Club, and we arrived at the Grove this time. We weren't on site, and I think that was another thing which then almost made my mind up finally, was because I really missed being on site.
The atmosphere.
And it was the thought of the money we'd spent on that resort. It made me feel, in actual fact, I want to be on site. But seeing the prices of how they'd gone up in the last year. But just going back to highs and lows, I think what it was, we had a lot of things to deal with, a lot of things to talk about. You went on to some forums and spoke to people who were sort of members and had joined. Everyone we seemed to speak to said the only regret is they wish they'd done it sooner. They included families we'd actually seen out there as well.
Yeah, they all said the same, didn't they?
Different families as well, both American, English.
But it consumed a lot of our headspace and time.
But also, because the legality of it, we had to sign the paperwork and the deeds in the US. They couldn't be done here, so it's a decision we had to make. And it's a big decision. It's a 50-year commitment.
And so that...
It was a high and a low. It was real mixed emotions, wasn't it? One minute we actually thought, yeah, brilliant, love.
We were up and down, weren't we?
It was, no, panic. Why are we even thinking of this?
Yeah.
And then when we
did do it... It's not like we're rolling in money, is it?
No, when we did do it, we were pleased, because looking at the way the prices have actually gone up.
We wouldn't be able to afford to stay in Disney otherwise.
We wouldn't have been able to do Bay Lake this year.
No,
or
definitely.
hopefully
we would
anywhere
never
next year.
Bay Lake.
No.
So that was a real mixture, but it's come out as a high.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to let you say the next one.
The weather?
No, that's the one above.
I can't see another one above there. Reversing the car. Yes, I reversed the car quite a lot.
Into a?
Concrete posts.
Yeah. Is that high or a low for you?
It's a low. But you can drive if you want to.
Oh.
What had actually happened, it was in the car park in the Grove. It's a multi-storey car park, quite tight up there. And
especially when you've got a massive Tahoe.
No, it wasn't a Tahoe. This was a Yukon XL, so like a Suburban. So it's the largest SUV size you can get in the US. It's about 21 feet long, I think, or whatever.
It's the size of this room.
But it was when I was actually reversing out of a space on the top floor, and there was a lady that was, it's not her fault, was trying to walk from one place to another, and I was actually more concentrating on where she was. The fact that I didn't run her over, she was problem. I was making sure that she was able to get past. Then it's that split second, it just bumped into the post. It was slow. Car was okay. There's a bit of a mark on there, wasn't there?
Bit of a dent.
But in the heat, that actually came out, and no harm done. But I think it was a low because
we left the car really dirty, so you couldn't see it so well. But at the time though, we felt sick, and we were just on our way to Olive Garden. And it was just a horrible feeling. But it was when we got back and we checked all the paperwork from Alamo, and it was completely covered. What's the wording of it? Can you remember?
I don't know, it's a collision waiver.
Yeah, the collision waiver. So check your paperwork. We were so lucky.
I think the reason, and also we'd done it because we did the road trip, and we were doing, even on the road trip, over 1,000 miles and state to state. We were thinking a lot of the insurances are just a hard sell.
We didn't add anything on.
No, we didn't this time. No, but in the past we've done it before. But I'm just saying,
that was with Avis.
With Avis, yes.
When we did our big New York.
Yeah, we did
DC.
that one. Okay, that was the one we added it.
Yeah.
But I think this one comes with, but check it.
Alamo, check.
Because all your insurances, because when you get to the desk, they'll want to charge you, and they'll say this and they'll say that and everything else. But just be sure what you actually have got paid for, because obviously different rental companies do different things. I'd hate that fact of you having something returned and them actually do that. So just check the paperwork. Something we should have done before, but that was a low for that particular time.
The other low was the weather. I hate the weather in the summer. I am so looking forward to when we aren't controlled by summer holidays. Because we want to go for a longer time. The kids work for Waitrose outside of school and uni. They're not allowed to take time off over Easter. They're not allowed any time off in December. Holly doesn't get half terms, so the only time we can go away as a family is the summer. And
At the moment,
I hate it. It's fine in the mornings, but come sort of 11 o'clock, it's generally, or both years, it's gone grey.
In Florida we're talking here, aren't we?
Yeah, and I miss the blue skies, the all-day blue skies. The previous 2 trips we were in October, and we literally had just seconds of rain over the 3 weeks, didn't we, or 2.5 weeks? But it's controlled so much of our days. And another thing that I put as a down was the amount of downtime we didn't have. But the main problem is because we'd go back in the afternoon to the condo thinking, right, we're going to be around the pool, and it would just rain and thunder and lightning, and that happened so many times that we couldn't do what we wanted to, and then suddenly you're trapped in your condo, and no one's allowed in the pool, and it's just a bit of a sad thing, really. I can deal with the sun and the hot weather, but it's the rains and the storms I really hate.
The only thing was,
and the grey skies.
Only thing I said about this is maybe another time is that when it is like that and we're in a nice place, actually enjoy where we are inside. Although it's not our plan, go and grab a coffee, go and grab a drink, and actually make the most of the inside.
Well,
whereas I think we were just kind of thinking, right, well this might be 10 minutes, this might clear up, and so we were just waiting for it. But rather than just wait, maybe we should just done something like grab something to eat or drink.
Yeah, maybe.
You were about to say I had a...
Yeah, well, because the problem we always have as well, that was the other thing, a bit of a low. We had this really lovely condo, and it had a solarium in, and when we booked it, we both had visions of us sat in the morning with our coffee, looking out over the pools, over the lake. But every morning I work when I'm away, and I can't complain. I work for myself, and we go on lovely holidays, and I still get paid the same amount as if I was at home. So I can't complain about that. But I do have to work every day when we're away. And sometimes it's like an hour, 2 hours each morning. So every morning we might grab a coffee, but then I'm coming back to work. So maybe if we're in the we're going in the summer, we know it's going to rain in the afternoon, that's when I should have my work time instead of actually spending it in the morning. So I might try and change that this year. But that's our highs and lows.
Yeah, I mean, as a high in general, just pleased we could go. Well, I say pleased, we worked hard to.
Yeah, and obviously now we're looking forward to this trip. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I don't know if it's actually helpful in any way, but let me know if it is. Let me know if you've got any tips on anything. We would love to hear your thoughts, your views. Let me know what plans you've got. Have you got a trip coming up? I know quite a few of you that comment regular have. I always love to hear about your plans.
The only thing I was going to say, which really is a good thing, is the planning. And I think that's more down to you, really.
Both of us, we work really hard on the planning,
yeah,
and it does pay off, and it makes a big difference.
It really does, it really does. So that, I think, is a big plus.
But thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please give us a thumbs up if you have. And please don't forget that you can go and find us on Instagram, because you have set us up a new Instagram account.
I have, or we have.
What's it called?
Aid and Lisa Do Disney.
I'll leave the link below. It's a new account. I've also got my personal account, which is the Funky Fairy, and we're going to be posting on both whilst we're away, and the trip that's coming up, which as I show this is 3 weeks away. Very, very soon, and we're just about to go and do some trip planning now. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you don't already, and don't forget to go and find us on Instagram. And don't forget as well to share this video with anyone that you think would enjoy it as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.